Hey YouTubers, this is Old John. Today I'm going to show you how to quickly make a device that will help you keep birds from nesting around your house in various places. Tools needed today are just some simple tin snips. You probably could use something else, even a knife or something to cut. You're going to be cutting plastic. I'm pretty cheap and I'm a retired engineer, so I like to recycle stuff. And I like to go to discount food stores, and so I also like chocolate like most of us do, so I've been getting these peanut butter cups from Aldi's, one of my favorite food stores. Very limited selection, but they have a lot of stuff and you can get good prices. But anyway, that's a plug for Aldi's. But anyway, so I have all these plastic containers. I kept hanging on to them because they're good to put nuts and bolts and whatever you want to save in them, because it's pretty durable little plastic. And I realized after going to a hardware store and looking at bird nesting deterrent devices that some of them are made out of stuff not much more than heavy plastic. So I got this wild idea, and I've put some of these up yet. Now we're just now getting into the spring here in Missouri, as we call it here. So haven't seen if it works, but I think it's going to, because it's very similar to what I've seen. But anyway, basically what we do is we take one of these plastic devices or cups, and we just basically cut a spike-like device on it. And we want approximately 2 to 3 spikes on each side. So you just basically cut with your tool here in a kind of a long triangular shape. Two or three cuts. Oh, crap. Okay, that's one. I'm going to come back and cut next to it. Another one. Then space over maybe an inch. And cut another one. Then you go on around the corner, and you can measure these out and get really exact if you want, but I don't think it's going to make that much difference in the big scheme of things. So I didn't do it, even though I'm an engineer and I love to measure things. But as you can see, we're developing spikes, and I won't cut all the way around because I think you can get the idea. And I purposely cut on the side that has a label so you can see better. But these are spikes, and they're going to deter birds from trying to nest. As they try to fly close to them, it's going to kind of prick them. And they're not really big, bad spikes, so I don't think you're going to kill a bird, which we don't want to do that. Even though you're tempted to sometimes because it can be such a mess. Okay, I'm going to stop the video now and take you out and show you where I've actually put them in. Basically though, what we're going to do is take a nail. The bottom part will sit on the flat surface, and you'll just take a nail, preferably a new aluminum nail or galvanized nail that's going to resist rust, moisture, especially if you're going to have it out in the open, and just nail these down wherever you want. And I'm going to show you how I've done it. Okay, YouTubers, here's the final version of all the sides cut, just to give you a quick overview. So I have approximately 2 to 3 spikes on each side, and I think that's more than sufficient to keep birds away. You just put a nail through this bottom part and you mount it like this, flat, or like I did on my underside of my deck, like this, or on the side of a board, like that. Whatever it takes to keep these little critters from being able to land and build their nests. Okay, I'm outside now. I'm going to show you. This is a vent pipe that's coming out from my water heater, and I've also tied surveying flagging around it. That had very limited success. It's a plastic tape-like stuff, not sticky, but anyway, surveyors locate property corners on stakes with it, different colors. But anyway, if you see around it, I've attached underside of my deck. I've got a deck above this pipe, and I've attached these underneath. Now over here, I'll show you my gas pulse furnace heating pipes. They just love to nest under these. These are coming out underneath my deck, and there again, you can see I've put the bird deterrents in various places around this, just nailing to the sides of the joists, the deck joists, and on the underside of the horizontal boards, in a probably 3 different directions to try to keep them from going on top and beside of these pipes. So it's a pretty simple concept. I'll keep you abreast as to how well they work, but sparrows and swallows can find all kind of things to nest on. They can even they'll try to nest on, if you'll see this nut that's coming out between these two. That was my gas pulse furnace that just shut off. It was venting. But just these nuts on the underside of the joists here, they can build. Here's a wire going underneath the deck to go out to lights, and they build a little nest on that. I put a piece of metal up there temporarily to try to stop them. I'm going to now put these plastic devices on there. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and come back to Harrison 4803 for more tips on things like this and educational videos, I think. So talk to you later. Bye, YouTubers. Old John signing off.